cutaway, on my way to where the air is sweet. Can't you help me how to get to Sesame Street? How to get to Sesame Street? How to get to Sesame Street? Oh yeah, how to get to Sesame Street. And I have a treat for you, because you have to be like a child when this new guitar is here. This is none other than the legendary, revolutionary design, amazing comfort, great mounting tone, the SC13E cutaway. Okay, so I'm gonna just do the review on this. Why Sesame Street is because someone was said to innovate, you gotta ask the young people. You have to be a child, because when you ask a child about their dreams and things like that, they have no limits, and that's what the Martin people did. They are a legendary company, and they went to the drawing board. They got the young people in to innovate, come up with new designs, and this is something I'm so excited, because I have this guitar for me, I think about 3 weeks, and been playing with it. I really enjoy, and I lost touch. I've been busy with work, and now I'm gonna do a review on this SC13. Okay, this is looks like a new design. Actually, it's a like an auditorium size guitar, but if you look carefully, you look, it's not symmetrical. So you can see it's like an S shape here, and it's non-symmetrical. So this this guitar is made for the electric guitarists, the people who plays live, and I'm going to go through about 9 to 10 of the features and the benefits of this guitar. Not to sell it, because it's until you understand this guitar, how's it made, then you'll be able to appreciate. In fact, I feel that for the innovation of this, Martin could have easily charged double or triple this amount of guitar. But let me just go through. So you have a new design. You can see it's not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. Okay, you got Sitka spruce top, back and sides. If I turn behind, it's called layer koa. You look at this, it's koa sandwich between is koa mahogany and koa in the back. So it's they call it layered, but it's 3 pieces. Okay, if you look at it. And the interesting part of this is the you can see there's no heel on this guitar. It's a heelless guitar, and it uses, they call it the shirt aligned neck. It's basically a linear dovetail. The dovetail normally goes in from here, but this one goes in from here, and it has 2 bolts. One bolt here is to hold this neck, this thing back here, and then there's one more bolt to bolt on to this the neck itself. Okay, interesting is you can actually change the intonation and also the pitch of this guitar by, there's a waffle system there where you can actually put the waffle in to increase, let's say for example, this dips down and this increases, and then you need to just adjust the pitch back a little bit. You can actually go back to your authorized dealer, which is actually City Music here in Singapore, and they can actually fit a waffle that's higher, and then just tighten the screws back, the bolt end on this too. Okay, the other thing also, there's also a hexagon nut here where you can actually move the intonation. If your intonation is a little bit off, you can actually move this intonation on this guitar. But the main thing about this is look at this design. It's the heelless design. So when you move up here, let me just show it to you. Normally you can't play around this frets here. You can see even my hands here, this part is actually is obstructed with the heel of this guitar, and that's where they put it in back here, where you can actually just slide it in and just play. Okay, so behind the hood here, the Sitka spruce, I'm just gonna explain to you, is a X brace here, and you can see even the back brace is X brace. Why the back brace is, they want to stiffen the back of this guitar to limit certain frequencies of this guitar, because this guitar is made for live. So you need to cut certain frequencies to make it a slightly flatter EQ, that will be less prone to feedback. But the most important thing is they want a tone that is great for this pickup, where this Fishman MX-T is actually the system pickup that has the tuner inside there. It's made for this guitar. It sounds better than on the MX-T, sounds better way on this guitar, way much better. And if you use a proper DI, like an aeroback session DI, and you EQ it, it's gonna give you a very dynamic, lots of bass, and also because there's a volume control and a tone control. The tone control gives you a scoop in the mid, so that's in case if you need a clearer or even a warmer tone you're playing. Okay, so the X-brace on the below this hood is very interesting. Is because a lot of this stage guitars I played made for stage, it's very heavily built, and acoustically it sounds very contained. There's very little bass, but this one, it has way much more bass. And the interesting thing is, let me just explain this. The X-brace here on the bass side is tapered. It's tapered down. I mean, let me just take out this bracing pattern here, and so that I can really explain to you a little bit more. The X-brace on the bass side is tapered. Instead of this here, it's tapered down from here. Okay, and because the treble side, it's a longer body shape here. I mean, there's more mass here. They scallop the treble side. They scallop the treble side. So what it means to you as a player is very interesting. Is you get the stability of the bass side and a more responsive feature on the trebles. That's where the trebles is a very responsiveness. But the other thing is why the top is slightly lighter. So you have really you can see this is larger, more mass here. Okay, more surface area, and that surface area they use 1152. So you know, a lot of people, I've set up guitars, more than a few thousand guitars already, and a lot of people know that I don't like to use 1152 because most guitars are braced for 1254 or 453, but this guitar is made with the electric guitarist in mind, and because if you play 8s, 9s and 10s, suddenly you move up, you transit to a 12s, it's gonna kill you. I mean, especially the fingers. A lot of people can't play 12s, so they put 11s on this 1152, and they modify this bracing to suit the strings on this guitar. Okay, the other thing is, I'm going to talk a little bit about the low profile velocity neck. Okay, this low profile velocity neck is very interesting. You get more mass. Okay, so the neck is low profile. It's very thin, but the interesting part is it's very uneven. It's how can I say it? I mean, how I'm going to say it? I'm going to just turn it around here, and when you play your guitar just side here, you notice you need more mass here. So this actually has a little bit more mass. They call it velocity neck, and it works like a heelless helicon hand. So as you move up down here, you get less mass here. Okay, because you notice you need more mass here when you're playing up the register here, and then when you're playing here on the first register, you need less mass but more mass here because you're doing mainly. Then when you're going down, you're doing this, you need less mass here and more mass here. Okay. So you have the bass side, you got less mass and more mass on the treble side, and then it moves like thicker, slowly thinner, from thicker on treble side and down to a thinner neck here. And look at how the heelless neck feels here. So you can't do this with a let's say more traditional. I have a OM 40 here, you can see the neck here, and then I try to do it here. I can't move here because your neck here, the neck heel, is fighting against me. There's nothing so this is a very innovative design of this velocity neck. No other company has developed this, and it's really genius of the developers to come up with this. Okay, you have the core. I've already said the core veneer is a layered core, and there's no binding on the backs, but it's beveled here, a little bit beveled. So when you take off your shirt, let's say you just showered and you play, you won't get all those marks, t-shirt, those marks on, and it feels very comfortable. Okay, the depth, very simple, 3.5 inches here and 4 inches. So it sits back onto your body extremely. Okay, the other thing about this is the slope bridge. The bridge design, normal sleeve design has a scoop, right? A scoop here, and then here, scoop here. But this is just flat and then slope it down. Okay, why that? Because, you know, when you're playing live, especially if you are a professional guitarist, you normally play just like, so you're playing mute side. And then when you're playing lead, so you're actually just laying your palm here. So when they are designing this, they have the musician in mind. Okay, what else? They ask, okay, so you got the ebony bridge, ebony fretboard, and also the bullseye at the 12th. Okay, you have the bullseye blue, celestial blue inlay, and also the aperture rosette. So you get blue. It's like a yin and yang, you know. It's a yin and yang, and you know the Chinese yin and yang, black and white. So it's something like that on the rosette on this guitar. And also, if you look at the pickguard, the pickguard also is asymmetric to match. It's like an OM, but it's modified asymmetrical pickguard on this guitar. What else? Let me see. What else? The linear, low profile neck, and also bone nuts, and also the butterbean tuners on this guitar. Yeah, the what is this? I can't really see. Okay, it looks like the Scholar tuners, but the butterbean tuners, and also ebony head plate on this with the Martin logo. So interesting. 1 3/4 neck, and how does this guitar sound? It comes with the tar saddle and the plastic pins. Okay, the other thing also is the end pin here. I'm just going to show you a little bit. That's where you put the 9-volt battery inside. Okay, I'm not going to plug in and let you hear, because you can actually listen to other reviews with the pickup in. But generally, if it's dry, you need to add EQ and etc. to get the good tone. Let me just, okay, one thing I like about this guitar is okay, when it sounds different to the player, and it sounds different to someone sitting in front. Okay, when your play itself, you will notice that it has slightly more bottom end, and then when you're in front of the guitar, let's say for example you are just about a meter away from me or half a meter away from me, you will notice that it sounds a little bit thinner, or I would say slightly less bass, but it's acceptable. Later I'm going to just play this and also play an OM42 so that you can actually hear any distinctive difference between a real size guitar and this guitar. Okay, the other thing about this guitar is the scale length is 25.5. However, the neck joint is on the 13th fret. So what does it mean is they push the neck a little bit in, so it feels like a short scale based on the strings, but you actually can move up higher. So your normal guitar, you can't play a G here. Just look at just my back, okay? There's no heel to fight with me, you know, and you can see because this side, the treble side is thinner, and the bass side, so it wraps them out. So when you're playing, it's electrifying when you're playing. It feels like an electric guitar, but it's a hybrid, giving you the tone. And I have not found this with any other guitars. So this Martin really kicks Taylor off, you know. I mean, really shocked them, because with this innovative, in fact Taylor might have just said, we actually should have designed this guitar. And kudos to the Martin team. Okay, let's listen to how it sounds. That's how it sounds like, okay? And I'm gonna just play the OM42 just to let you listen to how it sounds like also, so that you can have a differentiate, okay? The OM42 sounds great, okay? Also from CD Music. how it sounds. Okay, let's couple this on the 3rd fret and listen to how it sounds. I move up and move up. One more just fingerstyle and then I'll end, you know what I mean. Sunny day, sweeping her clouds away. Sesame Street. I love Sesame Street because it brings me memories of fun time, and music is fun. Okay, music is fun, and really to be innovative, sometimes you need to think like a child. And I know, I mean, one of the watch president, he used to be the president of Tech Heuer, the Beaver, and he said, if I want to know about trends, I don't ask the oldies, I ask the young people, because they will be the future generations. And right now you can see everybody wants to be a star, everybody wants to plug in, everybody is, even this is locked down and people are doing a lot of videos and stuff like that. So and this guitar is a gigging ready, and it still has a beautiful acoustic tone. It weighs about 2.04 kg, pretty light. So but I like, you know, from this part, especially from the 5th fret all the way. You know, there's no other guitar that can play all the way up to the 20th fret. And this is where, if you're doing shredding, we are doing, let's say, finger picking, or just you can't do this with your normal Taylor with a cutaway or Yamaha with a cutaway, but you can do it with this guitar, okay? Incidentally, the truss rod on this is not 5mm truss rod head. It's 4mm. I suspect this is the same as the modern deluxe, where it's a titanium truss rod, even though Martin didn't say it. Incidentally, these are all made in Mexico, but I can tell you the attention to detail, it's with the quality control, it's up there. Okay, so just recap. I mean, let me tell you what I like about this design. Okay, I like the bracing pattern on this guitar. I like why is it? Because most guitars are braced for a live, but acoustically it loses out, you know. So this one is braced for likes, but acoustically it's there, you can hear it, evidently because they designed it with, you know, you look at the design, it has more real estate here, surface area, and they actually scallop the treble side, and they tape